with the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Lupa. Thank you for doing my car.
No
I
problem.
appreciate
Glad
you, man. What's the name of the shop?
Glenview Luxury Imports.
Glenview Luxury Imports. This guy will take care if you need something done. His lift goes all the way down. It's in ground, so if you got a lowered car, easy to pull on here. Don't gotta worry about scratching your lip. So we're gonna get started, and I'm gonna document what he does and how we get this shit done. Yeah, buddy.
Start with the back. So you actually have a lot of camera right now, but even 2 degrees are within spec. If you want to try to minimize the tire wear, you can go like negative 1.5.
That's the rear? All right, these are the specs for the rear camber. We're gonna go like 1.5, and 1.5. So he's gonna adjust the camber first, and then he's gonna do the tilt. Mr. Greg is here struggling, getting that.
I don't struggle. Things takes longer, but I don't struggle.
He's finessing the rear camber on the right side. We went from 2.5 to 2.2, 2.1.
We're getting there.
And we're aiming for, what'd you say, 1.5?
Yeah, that'll be a nice safe. So it still handles great. But doesn't kill your tires this fast.
Yeah, that's the plan. Nobody wants to be replacing tires.
Unless it's because of burnout.
That's right. Which this car won't let you do a burnout. It cuts power when you put the brake and gas at the same time.
What?
Like it won't do a standing burnout?
We can fix that.
Please tell me how.
I think like on my car, you just for the yaw sensor that's in the center, you just cut one wire and put a switch, and the switch is like it's always connected. When you press the button, it like creates an open circuit, and it makes the traction and ABS get disabled because it sees a fault. Actually, not the ABS, just traction control. Because it sees a fault, and when you turn the car off and turn it back on, it retests the system
and it works
back to normal.
Wow, look at that, guys. Smart guy over here. Maybe we need to try that.
That might be not entirely legal, so that
yeah. It's
off-road use only.
It's definitely not legal, but if you want to do standing burnouts with a GSF, that's what you got to do. So he set the rear right camber to 1.5, and the toe fixed itself, but we're still going to adjust it a little more center, and then we'll do the left side, bring it into 1.5, and then the toe we'll adjust it from there. So
God damn it, buddy. This is not fair. This is left-handed.
1.6, my friend.
Almost there. Horn works. Oh, look at that.
Alright, boys and girls, Greg's working on the toe right now.
So the car turns by itself. We're gonna fuck it up for you.
It's gonna just drift by itself when I'm trying to go straight.
Just go all the way to the right. If you hate the customer. This is rear wheel drive, that's why it's towed in a little bit.
Yeah.
Like the AMG I did, it was all the way to 40, which is kind of high, but that was AMG's spec. But like most cars that rear wheel drive, the rear wheels are towed in a little. This is like regular, let's say all wheel drive, you're more like this, closer to that. Front wheel drive. So we'll go in the middle. $13, lucky number.
13, boys.
Well, that's the, when you tighten it, it changes. So that's what.
And we're back to drift mode.
That's what it is. Like when you tighten it, it straigns out. So sometimes you gotta go further.
Yeah.
And it cheats. Yeah. That's the fun part about this. So sometimes I'll get 13 and 12 and see really fucking, so we have to go back a little behind. That's how alignments can get tedious sometimes. So I'm probably gonna stick with 14. If we can get 14 on those side, we'll just stick with 14.
Cool. So it's all about small movements.
Like, that's such a, like between 13 and 14. And then sometimes when you tighten it, it's just, when you tighten it, that's why I like you have to hold it, because it starts spinning on you. Or like, right now, it's like, right now when it's loose, it's like this, so like, you tighten it and it changes because it straightens out. So that's the tricky part. Like we had to earlier, go further back a little.
And that's why I got a pro like you here.
Yeah. I've done way too many alignments at this point. 12 years ago. Please stay at 14. Come on. Oh.
There you go.
It's close enough. They're both changing. So
Yeah.
that 0.1 is definitely never gonna make a difference because you fucking fart in your car and it's gonna go change.
There we go.
Good enough.
Now onto the front.
No, it's gonna be easier.
Alright, so rear left toe, rear right toe, rear left camber, rear right camber, all in the green.
Off to the front.
To the fronts now.
And just don't for your own reasons.
So on the front, guys, there's only toe adjustment. You can't adjust the caster, you can't adjust the camber. So it's gonna be an easy job for Mr. Greg here. He's gonna knock it out in 2 minutes because he's a pro.
Yeah. We'll make it 3.
Make it 3 minutes. Now this is the tie rod that you just adjust and get the toe in correctly. One on each side. And the lighting though from this high-end rack is amazing. Look at that, he's protecting the steering wheel.
The steering wheel it's got rubber bushings. It's just, I don't, if I put it on here, it doesn't leave a crease in the leather.
See guys, this is why you bring your car here, because your car is going to be taken care of.
This already are rubber bushings, so that won't harm your steering wheel whatsoever. I have to climb in this bitch. Set the steering wheel.
And you got to center the steering wheel, right?
Yeah. Some places have a level, but and then you're just best at by eye. It really sucks if the car has like steering gear play.
Yeah.
Then you're fucking like you'll move the steering wheel this much before it starts moving the tie rods, you know. And then that's tricky to center a steering wheel on an old car like that. But like a car that's like new like yours, everything's still stiff. So we could always get a level, but it's really difficult
Yeah,
because
it's rounded.
most all steering wheels have a curve to it. So it's like you'll put the level here, and you'll go by the level, and your steering will be like this. So I always kind of use the reference, like a lot of the time these are in the same spot, or if I use the Tiptronics where they're hitting, like I use some kind of reference with my eye to try to center it out. And there's the fun of putting this on without it cheating.
Alright, so Greg is adjusting the toe so it's nice and within spec. And what he's moving is that right there.
The inner tie rod to outer tie rod. See, for real drive, your spec is 0. A lot of So I changed the seal on this one. Normally there's a flywheel here and that's what holds it, other than that other tool. This is a V8.
So this is the rear main, right?
Yeah. That's the rear main seal on that one.
So much work to get that changed out.
Well, that's why we're changing it, is because while we're there, it's only a couple bucks more. The reason that we're really there is that's the original clutch. And Aston Martin makes twin disc.
Oh shit.
So we're upgrading that.
Okay.
Like I don't know if it's the K&Ns, but they're the K&N style air filters, headers, high flow cat, roaring spring, and a tune.
And this is a what?
V8 Vantage.
Wow. Somebody wants to go fast, huh?
Yeah. It was like, I think we're gonna get also rear wing carbon fiber pieces. There's a different bumper right there waiting for it. We're gonna fit it, make sure it fits, and then we'll go get it painted. And there's a carbon fiber diffuser, carbon fiber lift, side skirts. Getting like a GT style wing, a big ass wing. It's gonna be his race car.
Nice. Expensive race car if something breaks on it.
$15,000 of parts. With that still has been a lot more.
Yeah.
So we found an aftermarket company.
Nice.
So this is gonna be his daily / race car.
Hey, if you got money, you could do whatever you want, right?
Yeah. This car isn't designed for it. Like, it should have a drive system from the factory.
Okay.
And this one only has 2 drain plugs. Some of them have 4. There's like 1, 2, actually no, this is the one. See, 1 drain plug, 2 drain plug, 3 drain plugs, and 4.
Wow. Yeah. Nice.
VTOL is even worse. Changing the oil like that. At least you got the filter here.
That's the easy access. Yeah.
Like I had 2 tires already from the factory, brand new, and they're so tight that I had to fucking put a hole through them to use a screwdriver to break them.
I've done that before too.
Which is rare. Last one was only one. There was only 180 here. And I like it because instead of putting like what number of 100, they say 1 of 100, so everyone thinks they got number 1 of 100. Look, there's the oil filter. Here, get a light right here.
For the fan?
Me diagnosing it, plus the labor to change it, which is I had to pull these fenders. I had to take this. There's under here is a crossbar, and it goes under here. So I had to pull these fenders, stretch them like this far up, just to get that shit out of there.
Wow.
That's what falls down. See, that oil filter is a bigger bitch.
Okay. Oh yeah.
That's a big one, like, and you're so tight and try to grab your hand and unscrew it. Newest state-of-the-art 100 tire mounting valves are like this. I pretty much put the wheel on there, raise it up.
Yeah. And it does everything for you.
Put the wheel on, then I just box it down. Then I just spin it, align it with the valve stem of the car. And this is the rim.
Yep.
Like you align it with it like that.
And it breaks the bead.
And then then the rest it goes like this. It keeps spinning the wheels and does that pretty much. And then this motherfucker comes down, goes around, and then this metal arm goes under and pulls the lid up. And spins it around. And then these fuckers are gonna put it back on. When you're putting it back on, this is like low profile tires. It's just we'll start off by like squeezing it with this one. This will be out of the way. Like this is all automatic.
Yeah. It does it by itself.
Squeezes it down, holds it, it starts spinning it, stops. Then this one comes down. And then it starts going and then it starts doing this.
Until it gets the tire on.
And it just mounts it.
Yeah.
Pretty much all the hard work is done by the machine.
And you
I just gotta watch it because sometimes this arm will pull it wrong and it'll like the tire will be stuck and it won't go under that lid. It could rip the tire in half and stuff. So you still gotta pay attention.
Yeah.
Here you can see where it's saying, oh, to set this spec, to align it with the valve stem, and then you click go and it sets it, and then it knows what to do. You just gotta watch it and stop if there's any kind of issues so you don't end up breaking anything.
Well, if I get some wheels down the road, I don't know where to come get them mounted at.
Jackson, might as well put some art up. I got that's for induction, and then you got AMDS 2.0. I'm going again in July for the new Vantage that's coming out. 2-day class in California.
Yeah, you told me. Nice. Alright guys, that's the before. Those are the after numbers. Everything is more or less within spec. We're gonna go take it for a little drive on the street, make sure it all rides fine, it doesn't pull, and it's done. So Glenview Luxury Motors, they do everything here. If you need anything done, come through. See my buddy Greg. He's an awesome guy, very informative, teaches you about the cars, helps you understand how they work. Just awesome all around place. Really appreciate them for letting me record. Yeah, you're past. What happened? No, you could drive it. As soon as you give me 150 grand.
That one's more. It was like close to 300.
Really?
Yeah. F12 better than that tire.
Spart.
Yes. Oh, I like how the custom changes cars too. We had the driveway cut down, so because like that one we'd fucking scrape if we pulled in on that side.
That's true.
Made this driveway more accessible for lower vehicles. The hard part is finding a street that's like level. Like here, like this part right here, it's pretty close. So, but like you literally have to go to like a side street to get like level.
Yeah, I mean, as long as it's not pulling them, it's all good. Yeah.
Like you're gonna get a little to the right now because you can see the road slant.
Yeah.
So I'll go down like a street like this. Just go in the middle of it, and that way you driving really straight. I've been doing this so long, like I can already feel it. You can like see parts of the street you're going down. You can see it's already like, okay, this is a level part and it's not pulling here. But to make it perfect, to know for sure, you just that's what you gotta do. You just gotta find that street. It sucks sometimes. Like we have something called misfire corrections we have to learn on the Astons. It hits 70 miles per hour. Go into high gear is like 6 or 7 depending on the model. Let it slow down to 30, which takes a long time for it to slow down to 30 in the high gear. So it's like you're like where especially when it gets traffic like 3, 4 p.m. when you start getting a lot of traffic. Find a place to floor it to 70
and then let it slow down.
Slow down. Like the highway is the only way you're gonna go legally hit 70. And so it's like you're gonna slow down to 30 miles per hour in the middle of the highway.
And it doesn't downshift automatically?
It does, but when you go to Tiptronic, it holds the gear until you go low enough. Like when I drove the other day, it was switching to fifth before when I hit like 40. But it's like you have to be in the high gear for it to do that misfire correction. It's like, I'm pretty sure there's other companies that do it, but Aston's the only one that I've experienced it with that I had to learn. It's just annoying. The newer ones is not as bad. It's 60 to 40, I think it was. I only had to do it on one of them. The problem is the older models had no knock sensors. This is like something new. Like new knock sensing technology. And when you hear the training videos, you're just laughing. Like knock sensors have been around for like 20, 40 plus years. So you're like, what do you mean new? Like new to this car? So they have like a position sensor on the clutch that detects like when flywheel. I mean on the flywheel, and it detects like bumps in the flywheel's movement, and that's how it calculates. Okay, if there's a misfire going.
I got you.
Fuck this bag! I swear to God. I'm sorry.
There you go.
We're not doing this anymore.
It's probably ruining the audio on here too.
That's all you hear. That's the fucking tricky part. You hit a bump, it moves. We're Gucci.
Yeah.
I'm happy with it. Now time to drift the customer's car.
That's right. Yeah, I mean lower RPMs it barely, like if you go Sport Plus, that's when it keeps it in higher RPMs. That way
It's more of a
but
I like it that it's not annoying, you know, it's not like
once it goes into a, once you're not on it and shifts to a higher gear, it's not annoying. But in order to feel power, you got a Sport Plus or manual mode.
It holds higher RPMs.
Yeah.
It shifts it quicker, but obviously it's not the most as comfortable. I prefer it that way. Just I can see it getting annoying. Just like on the highway.
Yeah.
Car is race ready.
Yes, sir.
Dialed in.
Now we can handle these 40-mile-per-hour streets like champs.
Yes. But it's definitely good that you got it done, because it was bad enough to cause tire wear. Will wear out your tires faster.
Yeah. And especially the rear. Those motherfuckers are expensive.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck. Dude.
There's the man. He finished working on the GSF.
Nothing broke. Nothing fell off.
Nothing fell off. He took it for a ride. It drives straight. He aligned the back perfectly, especially since we had the control arms in the back. He got it dialed in. It was a little tight squeeze, but his hands are small, right?
You can't. They take us to yoga classes for training.
Yes, so he got it done. The front, as you guys know, no camber adjustment, no caster adjustment, so we got the toe dialed in and the car is good to go. So Greg, thank you so much for doing all this work.
No problem.
We appreciate you. Thank you,
Glenview Luxury Imports.
Glenview Luxury Imports, for having me and having me record.
Make sure you get the Ferrari in the shot.
F12.
Oh, look, a Ferrari.
Future car right there, guys. Greg is gonna donate some money for me so I could buy that shit.
Yeah, sure. I'd rather buy it for myself.
And we'll see you guys on the next video. Take care.